to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Your local station, WMBS. Probably going to be a little hoarse because we had the company party upstairs and, all sorts of, really scratchy things like potato chips, cookie trays, things like that.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, well, maybe not right out there on the table, but anyway, this is Hot Topics.
With Kendall, Paul, and Bill, being brought to you by Tire Man's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Boss Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. I was thinking.
That's always a good thing.
This will probably be like a half and half kind of show, like.
Half serious, half fun.
It kind of has to because it's like before Christmas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about the whole Rob Reiner story, but can we avoid it?
No.
And now Scott and John are duking it out again.
Well, I think that...
Well, maybe it's just an ongoing thing.
I think that Commissioner Dunn is just finally kind of clapping back at the information that others put out. That is I don't know. I just don't think that it's sad. It's sad when you are literally don't have an original thought and just keep letting people kind of just use you as a puppet, I think.
I like these new chairs.
You have sat in this chair?
I haven't noticed it yet till now.
Well, yeah.
That's because I'm sitting in the chair he used to sit in.
Is that what it is?
Last week he was in that chair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
We got it at a yard sale.
Oh, did it? Did they?
No, this is like one of those chairs that people put out in front of their driveways, and anyone knows just like.
Okay, it's okay. It's better than the one that was there before.
All of us have gone through that period in our lives when if we're driving to work and we see like a sofa or a recliner on the curb, we go, if that's still there when I drive home, it's coming home with me.
Well, to circle back to what
Kristen, do you know what Kristen? Because I noticed a couple of times. Yeah, sometimes you go to say Kristen, and it's okay if you do.
Kendall.
Yeah.
You're the only Kendall I've ever known in my life, so it's easy to default to the KR thing, When you talk about the clapping back and whatever, unfortunately, that's what you're left with today. We've talked about this before on the show, where there's a newspaper or a reporter with credibility that goal is to present both sides of the story in one neat package and let the reader make up their mind. And so Bill says this about Kendall. Hey, Kendall, Bill said this about you. You say this back. And you go back and you call people and you do the further research. And then you finally try to get as close to the truth as possible. And then you let the reader make up their mind. What you have now is a perpetual tennis match on Facebook where this side's, just by voicing their opinion, they mask it as news. They're masquerading as a reporter. Okay? And they're just throwing this out there. And you read through it, and there's a lack of attribution. Nobody's really saying who you got this from, naming sources and whatnot.
Meaning on the obviously,
Right.
obviously Commissioner Dunn is in the courthouse and has access to that information.
But you have to then come back and defend yourself, and then you have the critics who can jump on there and say, well, that's all a lie. And where does the truth go? Except it gets the waters get muddied, and it's very hard. So it's like, who got the loudest voice in the room? This is what Trump does. He just shouts down his opponents at every corner.
Calls them
The
names.
loudest voice wins, and that's what works for you in New York City in the real estate business and in private business. It's tougher to figure out what really is going on. That's all that I.
The good news is that Robert Burns, the one and only,
Yes.
I think he's going to be on John Marietta's show today.
Okay. Well,
Should we say, Robert Burns, come out wherever you are?
Well,
Yoo-hoo!
yeah. Well, we will see. My question is, and again, John Marietta, Hillbilly John, on at 4:15. Democrats are on at 3:15. Now, speaking of a ping pong match, going from us to them, anyway.
Speaking of President Trump, not the best week for him looks-wise.
No. Well, I want to know how much coffee they fed him before the speech.
I didn't even watch the speech.
Oh,
I mean, I
I
don't.
could only take about 5
I'm
minutes.
very irritated with him right now.
Oh, the Reiner thing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you just don't speak ill of it. Like, who even thinks that way?
Well, Donald Trump.
I understand, but like, it's one thing to think it. I can't even imagine if anyone passed away. Even if I didn't care for them, I mean, they're a human life.
Yeah,
So
and-
they have people that loved them, and they were, meant something to people. And at the end of the day, really, I mean, that I don't know.
Well, not only that, but to die as he did at the hands of
dying
somebody
and all
else.
though,
And,
yeah.
and yeah, he was a father. He was a grandfather. Made some iconic movies. I mean, everybody knows I'll have what she's having.
No, I don't.
Or
I don't.
my name is Diego Garcia. I've come to avenge my prepare
Yeah, but
to
the
die.
veiled implication is it not that is that this happened to him because he opposed me or he
Yeah.
opposed
Yeah.
my policies,
Yeah.
and
Well,
therefore he deserved
yes.
it because he's on the other side of the spectrum.
Yes.
And that's a very sad way to look at things. You have to talk. I don't want to say I love John Fetterman. I mean, I was a critic of his in the beginning, but I really have to respect the fact that he has said, look, I'm here to work with everybody, and we're in the minority as Democrats, and I still will support these things issue by issue. I think that's to be applauded, that you're making up your own mind on issue by issue and doing what you think is best, not what the party tells you to do, whether that's on
Yeah.
this party or that party. He's independent thinking, and he catches hell for it.
You know
I
who
don't
that-
understand
you-
that either.
You know who they used to call people like that? Politicians. Because that was the job, to get and find a middle ground. And the best deals are the one where nobody's happy.
Yeah. Nobody's 100% happy.
Yeah, nobody's 100% happy.
Everybody gets a half a loaf, right?
Yeah, and I will say this too. The people who criticized what they said online following Charlie Kirk's assassination, which was despicable, better not be defending what Donald Trump said.
I don't think anyone is.
Oh,
Have you heard anyone defend him?
yeah, there are some
Who?
folks. Oh, that's just Donald being Donald.
I have. Even the
Yeah,
people that
that's just
usually say
Trump
that's
being-
Donald being Donald, I haven't
Well,
gotten that vibe
I've
from
heard
them.
not as much, because most people were. I mean, but that's his deal. It's got to be all about him.
Honestly, that was pretty bad, though.
Oh no, I was appalled,
Me too.
and
724-438-4593, the WV Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Bill, I heard, did you hear in the news? I don't know if you know about this. TJ just read it while we were in here.
the least. No, go ahead. Yeah,
The Franklin, Uniontown Area School District, one of their elementary schools, Franklin.
that was like yesterday.
Yes, they are on we'll call it the chopping block. They're maybe going to close that school. Parents went to a meeting yesterday, and they, expressed their concerns about Franklin Elementary School closing. But for me, and you can find that on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
I can even share it to our WMBS Facebook page, which we are live streaming right now.
Hi, everybody.
Here's what I don't understand about these school closings and what seems to be the main point of concern. It always goes back to, I grew up going to that school. You know, I loved that school. My kids have been there since
It's
kindergarten.
such a tradition.
Yes, it's like, listen, when you're figuring out a budget
Yeah.
and spending millions and millions of dollars, nostalgia does not play into decisions like that.
No, you can't because
Should not.
you got to stand up there and say, well, okay, if we keep this school, it's going to cost us $14 million a year. I'm not saying that.
In politics and in government and in life, anything is doable if you have the money,
Yeah.
right? We can all go out and buy Cadillacs tomorrow or BMWs or a jet airplane, you know, if you have the money. Or if you take out a big enough loan, you'll still be paying it back forever.
Right.
The problem is that
Like
people are,
college.
as you say, people are used to this. Nobody likes to see their school close.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to see consolidation. But economically, the cost of not doing that means that your taxes are going to go up. So
Yeah.
how much more are you willing to pay to keep these schools open? Pittsburgh had the same thing. I think they had like 10 schools that they
Yeah.
were recommending closing. People rallied. People didn't want it closed in their neighborhood. The school district in Pittsburgh voted, we're not going to close them then.
Yeah.
But you know where they'll be next year? Begging for money from the state because we are running a $200 million deficit and we need to keep, we need the money. Or we'll be looking for relief that way, or we'll have to raise property taxes 30% or 50% to do this. So it's a matter of, you might want to keep what you had. I went to German Township High School. It's now swallowed up in an Albert Gallatin jointure, right? Because the class wasn't big enough to support it anymore.
You have
So
to face
you have to be
reality.
you have to be real about your fiscal situation and your student enrollment.
Which enrollment obviously is down. They spend $3.8 million on outside cyber schools. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well,
And no one and in this whole idea, which I believe they had a feasibility study done, or they had some kind of study done last year. I think all the districts pretty much are right now. There's one grade per one class per grade at Franklin. Nobody's going to get laid off.
right.
These kids are already going to go into town anyhow to junior high and high school, and I don't know. I just think it's okay. Here's an example.
Yeah.
There at Franklin, K through 6, there's 135 students. Ben Franklin has 287 K through 5. Lafayette has 275 K through 5. It's not even equitable at that point.
No, if you divided that school into half and sent them to the two other schools.
Well, I think they would be
And
going
they-
to Manellin School.
Yeah.
Which, again, Manellin kids go to junior high at Ben Franklin, and then they go to Uniontown High School. And I was a little surprised, just because it was being recorded and anyone could go back and watch. People are, I don't know what they think about coming into town, but one dad said, may as well send the kids to Pakistan. What? What do you mean? What is he implying?
That's somebody who's
that's-
never been to Pakistan, but that's another matter altogether.
And your kids at Franklin were going to go to Lafayette anyways. So, like, the way these people... Oh, my gosh. Remember when the realignment... Remember they did the realignment with Uniontown?
They tried, right?
They did it for a year.
They did it for a year. Okay.
I was in 7th grade. So all of the kids in the city schools, Ben Franklin and Lafayette, all of the junior high kids came to Ben Franklin. Yeah. All of the elementary school kids went to Lafayette. Oh my gosh, the parents whose kids had to go from BF to Lafayette, you would have thought that they were making them walk
2 miles away
at
the most,
midnight
right?
through
The most.
Compton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? I can speak from experience. And there was one big fight. There was one fight at junior high boys with boys that would have otherwise been friends at the end of the day anyhow. Yeah. City police were called. It was over after that. Next year, everyone went to their respective schools where they would have been originally had they not done the realignment. But I will say it was the best experience for us. We were all so close all through high school because we knew each other in junior high. Mm-hmm. It felt... People are concerned that it's taking away the community aspect. It's actually building stronger communities by merging these kids sooner, I think. And I don't know. It just, your feelings don't play into a budget. They just don't.
No, they can't.
So,
I mean, face the reality. People are not moving to Fayette County. As a matter of fact, they're moving away from Fayette County. And especially people with children are not moving to Fayette County.
The reality, you're right,
Yeah.
and it dovetails dovetail to what I've talked about before about the population. And Fayette County goes down and down and down. Yet we keep hearing about we have this progress and we had this positive thing happen, and the population still keeps going down and down and down. And this is a ramification of that. Schools closing are a result of your population going down. And your population is going down. Why? Because people are moving away to get a job. Because there's not enough jobs in Western Pennsylvania. It's not just a Fayette County phenomenon. It's mostly Western PA, the rural counties anyway, around us, and that's a long-standing problem.
when my parents moved to the neighborhood I grew up in, I was to go to Boyle School.
They closed it.
It closed before I started kindergarten. Guess what? I survived over at Ben Franklin. You know, I mean, think of Berkeley School right here.
Closed that one.
You know, look at Central School. What was there? Was there a Park School too? Maybe in the city, was there a Park School?
There may have been.
There was Gallatin School. There was Craig School. So if you guys are paying attention, it's trending in the way that it's trending. We're gonna have to keep consolidating.
Or you raise the taxes. What is your choice? What do you want?
Yeah,
Yep.
not good. And we see this all the time too. We just had this thing, is it Scottsdale, where they were up in the air about having the data center in there. Smith. Anyway, these people are all bent out of shape about having a data center because it's going to tax the electrical system, and and I'd say, fine, move them here, bring the jobs here. I'm pretty darn sure our electrical system's not being tapped out right now because people keep moving. So, and that also reflects something where we have to do things to make businesses want to move here. And is it happening?
Well, I don't know, but
And
one
what
governing
jobs
body,
want to
one
move?
governing body can't depend on another governing body when it comes to this. So, when you have the school districts knowing that they're barely treading water, they have to make decisions.
And
They have to make decisions.
Plus, we have a state who thinks of Western Pennsylvania as another country anyway. If you see the way that the money is divided up in the state. And so, it's, again, face reality. If you don't have it, it's like when they close churches. And you see all of these people saying, my grandfather was married in this church, and I was baptized in this church. Yeah, well, where are you on Sunday? Because there's only 4 people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? There's only 100 people registered in the congregation, and you're not one of them.
Yeah.
So, guess what? We may be a nonprofit, but that doesn't mean we have money to burn.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's sentimentality and there's an attachment to things, and they evoke strong emotions, but there's also a fiscal reality.
Yeah.
And you have to balance the two.
Yeah, I was sentimental about the TV show MASH, but they canceled it anyway.
Canceled it anyway. Didn't pay attention to your letter.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You can't let this go anyway. And I will take your calls on this and more on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Talk Line, 724-438-4593. More Hot Topics after this.
Ready to make this your merriest Christmas yet? Then don't miss Live Casino's Holiday Dream Ride Drawing. Earn entries daily starting December 1st and join the celebration on December 25th. You could unwrap a share of over $53,000 in Holly Jolly prizes or hit the road in a 2025 Lincoln Corsair.
Merry Christmas!
Ditch the reindeer and win your dream ride at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This custom of Christmas is being brought to you by LK Mobile Locksmith Service, wishing you a Christmas season of hope, joy, and peace. They appreciate the opportunity to serve you and will be at your service in the new year.
The customs of Christmas.
Advent is a time when Christians prepare for the coming of Christ during the 28 days or 4 Sundays prior to Christmas. Many churches display a wreath encircling 5 Advent candles. The candles are lit sequentially, one each Sunday on the 4 Advent Sundays prior to Christmas. The first candle represents hope, the second peace, the third joy, and the fourth love. The 5th candle, or Christ candle, is lit on Christmas Eve. This special candle reminds Christians that Jesus is the light of the world. The celebration of Advent, another custom of Christmas.
That custom of Christmas was brought to you by LK Mobile Locksmith Service. They appreciate the opportunity to serve you and will be at your service in the new year. Best wishes for a joyous Christmas from LK Mobile Locksmith Service.
439-2323.
For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning,
Your service company.
Be prepared for bone-chilling winter weather. Have Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning install a Bryant high-efficiency furnace in your home to replace that old worn-out system you now have. Choose Bryant's Plus 90 gas furnace or other quality heating system to keep yourself and your family warm and toasty this winter. Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning will also keep your present furnace running at peak efficiency with their 15-point safety check and cleaning. Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning today for your appointment. 724-439-2323. That's Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
That, by the way, is the original Leroy Anderson sleigh ride. Just
I saw you bebopping to that, Bill.
Yeah, well, it's one of the greatest. It's one of my favorite Christmas tunes, and maybe we can talk about our favorite Christmas tunes later. But first, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with? Well, let's try that. Well, they gave up. Well, give us a call back, and we will talk with you then.
724-438-4593, WV Medicine, Uniontown Hospital talk line.
Anyway, well,
so yeah, they caught the Brown University shooter and the suspected. I think
we should say the
MIT.
The alleged shooter, yes.
Well, he's
yeah, well,
he took his life.
Yeah.
Which I was predicting that you.
They usually do.
Mm-hmm.
This was just a weird case, though.
I think it's still. I think we're going to hear a lot more about this.
There's a lot we don't know.
Yes. And I think there's a lot, like Paul off the air. I mean, there's some twists and turns that could be happening with the connection to the MIT professor. They both studied
together.
Yes, in the same academic program in the 90s.
So there's
in Portugal.
history there.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is one where it's going to, except that we will forget about it in a week because we moved on. We will have moved on twice.
What's really sad is and we're going to get to our caller, but what's really sad is when I first heard about this, the person I said to, I was like, did you hear about the Brown shooting? And they said, yeah, only 2 people died. Yeah. Not that's where we are now. Yeah. Only 2 people. You know what I'm saying? And the person who said that wasn't blowing it off. It's just, we're just so
more than that died during liquor store robberies. It's like,
it's sad that's our mindset now, that there's so many campus shootings and school shootings that when there's only 2 that die, it's like, oh, it's only 2 that die, but
and of course the anti-gun people could not wait. I mean, they hadn't even taken the bodies out of the school, and they were on TV talking about, we have to lock up all the guns, and it's gun violence this and gun violence that.
Didn't work out very well in Australia. Let's take
exactly. So just let the dust settle, because you have a legitimate point. I want to hear your point.
A legitimate,
but not while we're still trying to mourn the dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with?
You're speaking with Mark.
Hey, Mark. What's up?
Hey, Mark.
Hi. Hey, I'm a little busy this week, so I always get up in the morning. I'll go out and have breakfast up at McDonald's or a local restaurant.
Yeah.
And I'd always pick up, Uniontown newspaper, the Herald Standard, and leave it at the restaurant, let other people look at it. Well, Wednesday, everything looked normal, but Thursday's edition looked different. Did anybody notice that?
No, we did not.
Okay, Thursday's edition, on the bottom of the page where they usually have the obituaries, you can look them up and just see the names.
Yeah.
They don't have them there anymore.
Really?
Yep, they changed. And the newspaper looks like, it's cheaply made. There's just a certain feel to it.
Oh.
They've changed it, too.
Well, first thing off, newsprint has really much the consistency of tissue paper now.
Yeah. Well, it's really getting worse now, because, you just feel the difference.
Do you think that they
in
changed
the
obituaries from being...
Yeah, they still have the obituaries, but they're inside.
But do you think they did that so that people have to buy it rather than just open it?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, probably just to buy it, because a lot of times in the newsstand, people would just pick up the newspaper just to see the names at the bottom of the page and put it right back.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know. They don't even print the thing here.
Yeah.
And they don't deliver it here either. It's all mail delivery now.
Right. But I bought it 3 days in a row, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And they've changed it.
Yeah, that's a trend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll look into it and see what happens. Anything else, Mark?
No, I guess that's about all I know about locally. Everybody's complaining about the data center over there in Greene County.
Yeah.
I guess everywhere those things go, hey, your electric bills go up, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, there are those who say it doesn't happen. There are those who say it does. It's one of those
Georgia, the state of Georgia now there's a big to-do down there about these, because they're getting more data centers in Georgia than any place else. And I guess everybody's electric bills are going through the roof down there.
Well, it is it also depends on what kind of incentives they give to the data center to move there, as far as their electric bills. Hey, Mark, thanks a lot. Have a great Christmas.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Take care. Merry Christmas.
Hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with?
Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, listen, I'd like to know something. Maybe you could answer this for me. How do they know that the guy they found in that storage unit, he shot himself, how do they know that he was a shooter at Brown University? What proof they have?
Possibly the gun.
Or they have DNA. They found
Had
DNA.
DNA.
They found DNA on some of the cartridges that were used in the Brown.
Well, yes, but how could they determine that quick by his DNA?
Well, I think it's still an ongoing investigation, Fred.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
He also-
Yeah, I understand. They said he was the guy that did the shooting.
yeah, I mean, DNA tests don't take 20 minutes like on CSI.
So they have rental car records,
Yeah.
a critical public tip. They have surveillance footage.
They actually had, they had a tip from somebody who encountered the shooter, alleged shooter, and reported it.
I think I read where he used his real name when he rented the vehicle.
Yeah.
So if he
They
used his
also-
real
then
name
they
when they
do
rented the
have
vehicle,
DNA.
and then they found him and he had a driver's license on him. I mean,
Which would also indicate that he planned on killing himself because, you would cover your tracks if you weren't. So, but yeah, I mean, they have ways. DNA, if you're in the system, the DNA is very easy to track. It just takes a little time.
Fred, do you have your Christmas tree up?
No,
Why?
you put it up Christmas Eve.
Oh, is that what you
That's
do?
tradition. Huh?
Is that what you do?
Sure, that's tradition.
Are you going to put it up?
Sure, Christmas Eve, and you take it down New Year's Day.
Okay. I'm glad to hear you're going to have something up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we hope you.
Hey, something else too.
Yeah.
One of you tell me why we have troops in Syria.
Because that's a darn good. We've had troops all over the world that shouldn't be out there.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
when a couple of them get shot.
Yeah, it's
well, that's a tragedy. Well, they shouldn't be over there anyway, especially Syria.
Yeah. Unless we have a
I
base
think
out
it's
there.
like a counterterrorism mission.
Yeah. Oh. Well, Fred, have a good Christmas. Enjoy your tree.
Merry Christmas, Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
All right, bye.
All right. Hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, it's Skipper.
Hey, Skipper.
Well, I usually talk about how nice the weather is, but it's not that nice out there today.
Yeah.
That wind was horrific last night. I think it was like 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Did you guys feel that?
Yeah, I also noticed a lot of trash can lids on my street.
Well, I tied mine down last night because I knew it was going to happen. But hey, I've brought it up a few times here. I'm really disappointed with this newspaper we have, and I've talked about this before. And the gentleman brought it up. I had to check my paper real fast, and the obituaries are not on the front. And also, for 2 days now, they always have the high school games that are posted on the inside of the sports page, so I can see where Albergalton, Uniontown, Lower Highlands, Collinsville, what's playing, boys and girls, so I can decide what I'm going to do today. And go watch a game. It's not in there no more.
Wow.
Really upset about that. I mean,
Why
there's
don't you
almost.
call down there?
What? Say that again.
Why don't you call down there?
Call down where?
The paper.
The newspaper.
This thing is these people are making decisions. They're somewhere down. I forget where this paper's out of now. It's not right down here at our little office.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah, and actually, we should have rephrased that. Why don't you call the paper and leave a message?
Well, I just may do that right now after I get done here. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if it's going to do any good to call down here.
You should call them on
But
three-way.
whenever they first took it over, whoever took this over, they had all the obituaries from people from the Mon Valley in there. And I don't see that in there now. So they took those all out. It was sort of like a Mon Valley looking paper whenever whoever it is took it over. And that went back. And I'm just upset because every time I look to see where the boys and girls high school wrestling, softball throughout the year, because I don't have them all posted here. I can't have all the high school, track them all. But that made it real easy. And then we all decide, we call each other, hey, where are we going to go to the game tonight? Because we'd like to go to the game.
Yeah. Well, by the way,
the thing I've complained about ever about this newspaper is, the Sunday newspaper comes on Saturday now. Do you know that?
yes, the weekend edition.
Yeah, anything that happens on Friday, you don't get that till Monday.
Right.
And it's like, it is so old, the news in here, except for just a few articles. It's a sad excuse for paper. I'm not kidding you. Last thing I want to talk about is that Rob Reiner thing, because I'm not like a big fan of his or not a fan. But it comes back to like the gun control issue too, What are they going to do? Start banning knives? You know how many people get stabbed by knives every year and die in this country, and especially other countries where they don't have guns? Are they going to start banning knives and blaming on the knives like they do the guns? You know, we've had this discussion a lot of times, but the other thing is, why didn't they defend themselves? The father and the mother, why didn't they defend themselves?
Well,
they might have been asleep.
Yeah,
They might
there's
have
no
been
way
asleep.
knowing, yeah.
I mean, we can't.
Well, they may have been asleep. You're right, but I don't know that. But I'm thinking if they had a pistol where they could defend themselves, you know, they could still be alive.
Well,
And I have friends that their kids are drug addicts or are threatening them for money. And the mother had to tell, recently one of the mothers had to tell the son, look here, I'm really afraid of you. If you threaten me again with something because I'm not going to give you money, I may have to shoot you. You're going to have, there's some people making decisions.
I brought
got to
you into
save
this
my
world, I'll
life.
take you right out.
Yeah, that's what I heard one time.
Say it again, sweetie, I didn't hear that.
I said, I brought you into this world, I'll take you right out.
Well, and it's very hard to do that for parents, but
Well,
to
of
save
course
their
not.
lives, it
What
might
parents-
have to happen.
What mother would find it easy to shoot their child?
yeah.
It would be bad.
Yeah,
I mean, he would
they-
have to be breaking into her home, and she would have to feel like her life is in danger.
Well,
To be
I can tell you
justifiable.
that these addicts are threatening their parents. I've seen it over the last 15 years repeatedly. And grandparents threatening them, if they don't give me money, I'm going to hurt you.
By the way,
And it happens a lot.
By the way, Skipper,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
the Penn Trafford will be at Uniontown tonight.
Yeah, I heard
and
it on your
Latrobe is at Laurel Highlands, and we will have those games.
Yeah, I
And,
heard both of those on there, but I didn't. I'm an Albert Gallatin guy because that's
Oh.
where I graduated from, and I wish. And I was going to say that I was going to wish whoever makes those announcements on your show would make announcements where the four Fayette County teams are playing each day, not just Uniontown, Laurel Highlands. So because we're not going to be able to see it in the newspaper now, and I
Mhm.
listen to your show mostly every day.
That's not, that's.
So that
I know.
I don't know who I need to call your office and ask about that, or maybe
Well,
you guys can do that.
Brian's listening right now. He may
Oh,
be
good.
taking notes. So,
Yeah, because that's going to help a lot of us, and a lot of people who listen to this radio station go to the games.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I'll be there and I'll have 3 or 4 people say, "Hey, Skip, I heard you on WMBS today." Seriously, a lot of the local people listen to this radio station and go to games.
Well, and we appreciate every single one
Yes,
of them.
we do.
Well, I enjoy listening to you guys.
Thank you,
Merry
Skipper.
Christmas, Skipper.
Have a
Okay,
great
God bless
Christmas.
you all.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that wraps up, almost this segment, this block, as they would say on Fox News.
There's more.
There's more coming up this hour here on Hot Topics.
Hi, this is Sandy of Sandy Howell Notary Services, wishing all of our customers in the Smithfield and surrounding areas a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous and blessed New Year. We appreciate each and every one of you.
From attorneys Tripp Radcliffe, Bill Martin, and the entire Radcliffe Martin Law team, warmest wishes for a joyous holiday season and a happy, safe, and healthy New Year. Radcliffe Martin Law, your personal injury attorneys.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51. Pizza Kings in Connellsville is your go-to lunch and dinner spot with a full menu of mouth-watering pizzas and so much more. Using a deck oven helps our pizzas stay extra crisp, so if you haven't tried a slice lately, what are you waiting for? From our 50-slice King Carnivore to veggie pizzas and even pickle pizzas, Pizza King has the pie to match your taste. Pizza Kings, 1046 Morrell Avenue in Connellsville. Call 724-626-8343 or visit pizzakingswithaz.com.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Bring in 2026 with a New Year's Eve party to remember at the casino at Nemacolin. We've got the hottest slots and table games, mouth-watering food and drink specials, and live music from the incredible Metro Band. And don't miss our $26,000 midnight cash drawing. You could start the new year a winner. For all the details, visit CasinoNemacolin.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's also the best time of the year for savings on a new, certified pre-owned, or select used vehicle from me at Autoland Hyundai. So grab your hat and scarf and come on in and see me. It's lovely weather for a test drive together with you. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. I'll make you a good deal. Happy holidays.
Having Hicks & Boss Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. This is flu season. Call Hicks & Boss at 724-437-2828 and ask about flu shot availability and other vaccines. Free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and dependable courteous service are Hicks & Boss' way of doing business. Hicks & Boss Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away.
Does anybody remember when Second City did a skit about Perry Como?
I do not.
And yeah, and the crux of the skit is he was the most relaxed singer in the world, and like by the end of the skit he was laying in bed singing, and just back in the day, Second City was so close to being as good as Saturday Night Live, and that I used to stay up every Saturday night to watch SNL, and then to watch Second City after that.
Yeah. Well, referring to Reiner, as Skipper did, Rob Reiner and All in the Family. I mean, Kendall probably doesn't know this or watch the show. Like, it was a fixture for me growing up. I mean, it was groundbreaking. Yeah. And if you really want to see some good writing and some good acting and some stuff that really cut right to the heart of things, go look at some of the clips where Mike Stivic, who was played by Rob Reiner, they call him the meathead because he was Polish, and Archie Bunker are arguing about gun control and these type of issues. I mean, it's cutting on both sides, and it's just so dialed in that you probably don't see comedy like that anymore. You wouldn't be allowed to do it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I watched it, I was going, how is it being on TV?
Right.
By the way...
what would you think?
Because...
No, I asked, what did you say?
I said, how can this be on TV?
This was not the Lucy Show.
Yeah, this was, they were hauling epithets you could not say right now on TV. If somebody had told you back in the 70s that two of the most successful directors in the late 1900s would be Meathead and Opie, you probably would have gone, no, apparently you've had too much to drink. You better go home now.
Right.
724-438-4593, WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. I mentioned this yesterday. One of the things they keep leaving out about Rob Reiner is that Seinfeld would not have happened without him. Because his production company, Castle Rock, produced it, and it was Rob Reiner who basically was the advocate for the show. And kept it on. So
really quickly, I want to give a shout out and a good luck and just all of the things to former Chief DeWitt from the Uniontown City Police Department. Yesterday was his last day. They did that. I saw.
Thanks for your service.
The final call. Yeah. And I don't. It takes a lot for me to cry.
Yeah.
And I mean, tears just came right to my eyes. It was hard to watch, and he's going to move on to great things, and his wife's amazing. He's a great family man. But when the mayor was on the show with Russ, I think he kind of played it off a little bit, like, oh, he just found a better job, right? DJ, his heart and soul is here in the city of Uniontown, and I think had things been operating and running better with more support from the city, I don't think he'd be going anywhere. And maybe he would have still found that job and left, but he had big plans here, and he wanted to grow the department and continue moving it in a certain direction, and that is just not happening right now. But it's just a little bit more than, oh, he just found something new and moving on to that. I didn't think it was, I didn't like that. I think there's more accountability there on behalf of the city, and not just the mayor, but when you are the mayor, you're the tippy top. Right. So when you're making public comment, you must take ownership of things.
So you're saying there's just a happy face being slapped on the situation?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It couldn't have been any more of that. Did you listen to it?
No. But that's a fairly common occurrence in these areas. People spin it.
I think
to their benefit.
It's not just this area. Everybody does it. Make it sound as good as possible.
I wish
like the
the
Steelers do. I mean, Broderick Jones goes down with a season-ending injury, first-round draft pick, left tackle, important position. This creates a great opportunity for the next guy in line. The next guy in line is the next guy in line because he's not as good as Broderick Jones.
Going down on a sinking ship.
Right.
Well, then, or you can listen. Then again, Coach Tomlin would stand up and say something. Well, losing Broderick Jones is like going fishing for whales and catching dolphins.
And don't forget, people, keep those doors locked tight. You better be locked and loaded, unless you want to wait for a state trooper to come from Bullskin Township to the city between 10:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. on midnight shift, because the city is not equipped to have anyone working the midnight shift. Not enough people.
And we'll talk about that and more in the next hour. It's Hot Topics with Kendall and Paul and Bill on your local station, WNBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Justice Department is facing a deadline today to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says he expects several thousand files to be released, with more to come. Aisha Bakshi of USA Today.
I've talked to lawyers for Epstein victims who also say that they know a lot that's in the documents the Justice Department has. Even though they can't disclose it themselves, they will be able to tell Justice Department is including everything or not. So we may hear a lot about whether this is really a full and transparent release.
And many lawmakers are blasting the partial release of the files, as CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports.
Leaders on Capitol Hill have said those investigations will continue because they do want to get justice for the victims. And again, they are hoping that they can get more information from the Justice Department itself.
Several drug companies are expected to announce price cuts today with the president at the White House. Similar deals have been announced before in return for expedited FDA reviews and other things. The suspect in the Brown University shooting and the killing of an MIT professor was a Portuguese national who received a green card through a Visa lottery program. The administration has now paused that program, as Nancy Cordes reports.
Based on what we know right now, there's no indication that this suspect had a criminal history or anything that necessarily would have been flagged from his background as part of that visa process. But nevertheless, the program has been placed on hold, and we have no indication how long that will last.
Anna Schechter reports there are a lot of unknowns regarding the suspect who killed himself at a storage facility in New Hampshire.
There is so little on him on the internet. It's really stunning. Did he scrape all of his presence on the internet prior to this attack? He certainly was planning this, because if you read that affidavit, it It says that he rented that Nissan on December 1, so that's about 2 weeks before the shooting, and he was kind of driving around. Witness testimony suggests that he was actually casing the area, planning the attack at Brown University.
ByteDance has signed a deal that will lead to a new version of TikTok, owned by a group of investors where Americans will be in the majority. Jolene Kent reports.
It's unclear who exactly will own it in this deal, but according to an internal TikTok memo reviewed by CBS News, the new U.S. entity plans to retrain this algorithm on U.S. user data, which it says will make sure that your feed is, quote, free from outside manipulation.
Checking the numbers on Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 270 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Looking for a fireplace? Koval Building Supply at 40 Monroe Avenue in Uniontown is more than your plumbing supply store. We specialize in fireplaces of all fuel types, such as gas, wood, pellet, and electric. We're now featuring Harmon pellet stoves from Forge and Flame, perfect for keeping your family warm and cozy. Call Koval today at 724-437-8824 or visit kovalsupply.com to start planning for the winter season. Koval Building Supply, everything you need to make your house feel like home.
Hello, this is Jeremy Davis with the law firm of Davis & Davis. As we wrap up another year, we want to take a moment to thank our clients, partners, and community for placing your trust in us. The holiday season is a time to reflect, reconnect, and celebrate safely. So from all of us at Davis & Davis, we wish you a joyful holiday season and a happy, healthy new year. Stay safe, enjoy the time with your loved ones, and we look forward to serving you in the year ahead.
An interstellar comet has made its closest pass to Earth. Steve Kathan reports.
Scientists have been watching Comet 3I Atlas since spotting it in July.
It's only the third comet we've ever discovered that we can reliably say comes from another solar system around another faraway star.
Astronomer Steve Marin says the others were in 2017 and 2019. This one came within 168 million miles of Earth overnight. Some experts say this comet may be the oldest one ever seen. And because it's from interstellar space, had some people theorizing it could be aliens. NASA ruled that out. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Tourists will soon have to pay an entrance fee to get close to Rome's famous Trevi Fountain. The city's mayor says you can still view it from a distance for free, but closer access will be for ticket holders only. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
The award-winning local district and statewide news is being brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, a leading provider of preventative and rehabilitative services to promote physical wellness for patients of all ages and abilities. In your neighborhood with new state-of-the-art facilities on 104 Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Call 724-437-0556 for NovaCare. And now to the news. And good afternoon. It's 2:05. We have some snow showers and 28 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. We'll check sports and weather after the news. A critical piece of the Flight 93 National Memorial in Somerset County has been restored to its original version just in time for a milestone year. The nonprofit Friends of Flight 93 announced the completion of a $500,000 renovation of the flight path, a walkway from the visitor center to a large sandstone boulder marking the crash site that traces the final route of United Flight 93 before it crashed on September 11th of 2001. 40 passengers and crew aboard the flight came together to stop the plane from reaching its intended target, believed to be the U.S. Capitol. The project arrives as the memorial prepares for a surge of visitors expected for the 25th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks next year. One person was taken to the hospital following a motorcycle crash in Rostraver, Westmoreland County this morning. The crash happened at around 3 a.m. on Route 51 near I-70. The condition of the person who was hurt was not immediately available. With Christmas right around the corner, retail giant Target is revealing which holiday cookie is the favorite across Pennsylvania. Target used data from sales in its stores to determine which flavor of cookie was the favorite in each state. Pennsylvania is one of 38 states in which gingerbread cookies top the list. Other popular cookies include sugar and shortbread. In a new executive order, President Donald Trump is emphasizing American space superiority. Here's Scott Carr with this story.
The order calls for U.S. astronauts to return to the moon by the year 2028 and start constructing a permanent base there by 2030. Also included in the order is the deployment of nuclear reactors in orbit and on the lunar surface. It calls for NASA to submit a plan within 90 days to outline how the order's objectives will be achieved. The billionaire entrepreneur Jared Isaacman was confirmed as the new permanent head of NASA on Thursday. I'm Scott Carr in Washington.
WMBS time is 2:08. We'll check sports and weather after this.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
In sports, tonight's a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS. We have Uniontown hosting Penn Trafford. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip-off. It'll be on the radio as well as video on the WMBS YouTube page. And Laurel Highlands, they'll host Latrobe. That'll be at 7:30. It's video only on the WMBS Facebook page. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show is at 6:15. The Penguins, they're 14-10-9 and have dropped 7 in a row. The Pens will be visiting the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night. Pregame at 6, face-off at 7 on WMBS. And then the Pens will host the Canadiens on Sunday night. Steelers, they'll visit the Detroit Lions Sunday afternoon. Both teams are 8-6. We'll have the game on WMBS. The pregame will be at 3 with kickoff at 4:25. Cloudy, windy, snow showers around for the rest of the afternoon. Temperatures will be staying in the 20s. Partly cloudy, will be at 20 tonight for the low. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 49. And mostly sunny and 39 on Sunday. Right now, we have cloudy skies, some snow showers, and 28 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios at 2:10 on this Friday. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, it's hour 2 of Hot Topics with Kendall and Bill here on WMBS. The award-winning local district and statewide news has been brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, now offering telehealth and home-based care as well. Located on 104 Delaware Avenue in Uniontown, call 724-437-0556 for NovaCare.
Celebrate Kwanzaa with us, both in person and online, on Saturday, December 27th from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Fayette County African American History and Cultural Center in Uniontown. In partnership with Heinz Endowments, the center at 355 Connellsville Street will host a traditional Kwanzaa gathering filled with food, family, friends, and zawadi. All are welcome, and you're encouraged to bring a favorite dish to share. For more info, email storyjoyinc@gmail.com or call 215-880-4718.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Josh with Ron from Ultimate Structures here to tell you all about an exciting sale that's just being announced. Ron, let the listeners in on it.
Yes, Josh. Our shed manufacturer told us to discount all remaining inventory of stock sheds. From today until December 31st, all remaining inventory will be discounted 15% off.
Wow, Ron. That is a great way for our listeners to still get their cars, lawn equipment, outdoor furniture, and other valuables under cover for the winter.
That's right, Josh. There are over 40 stock units discounted 15% off regular price. For the business owners out there, it's a chance for that year-end tax deduction too.
Ron, now that's what I call a real Christmas bonus.
It's our way to say thanks during the Christmas season. We're Ultimate Structures on Route 51 South, outside of Perryopolis. Ultimate Structures, serving Fayette County since 2007.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
It's Christmas time, and what better time to reveal your inner beauty than when the lights are twinkling and the spirits are high. Visit TiffanySmithFineArtStudio.com today to showcase the true you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Tiffany Smith Fine Art Studios.
This holiday season, your friends at Ford of Uniontown wish you safe travels and good health as you gather with family to celebrate. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all our friends and family from your friends and family at Ford of Uniontown.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
WMBS. The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Your local station, WMBS, and this is Hot Topics with Kendall and Bill. And Paul. And Paul will be here.
Merry Christmas, Miss Kendall.
And that's all, I do have one other to play for you.
Go ahead.
Merry Christmas, Miss Story.
And so we're wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yes, and I have that now, and I've listened to it several times. We are being brought to you by Tire Man's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Boss Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. 724-438-4593, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Phones are open. We're live streaming on our WMBS Facebook page. And so guys, make sure you tune into 4:15 if you want to hear from Robert Burns. According to John Marietta last week, Robert Burns is going to go on the show, which I think does nothing but prove that he is associated with him.
That was your original point that generated all that controversy a couple weeks ago, right? You said you believe that that John Marietta was involved with him, and then that created all that backlash from the campaign manager called you and said, hope you have the day you deserve and whatnot. But then you made the call for him to come on this show, right?
I reached out to him twice.
And maybe recap that?
Yeah, so I reached out to Robert Burns via email, offered him to cover his transportation costs from the station here, and asked that he come on and talk about the article that he wrote about the commissioners and the contract they're in with Ford Business Machines. He did a piece on that. And he said he couldn't come on because I was clearly biased toward Scott Dunn, which would be, You can't be biased if I'm giving you the last word.
Yeah, and somebody who has to, because we have raked the commissioners over the coals in the past, too.
Yes. And so then I said, no problem. Paul Sunyak has agreed to do the interview alongside Bill. And so, journalist to journalist, Paul could have interviewed him.
Hey, the offer is still there.
Oh, the offer's still there, but he didn't respond back to that. But he wants to be non-biased and go on the most conservative radio show in Fayette County. I mean,
to me, that just provides evidence that your theory was correct, because you're going to go on the show where you're going to get favorable treatment. And how do you have the clout to go on that show, but you won't come on the other show? That you made the offer, and he's appearing somewhere else. So that tells me
maybe we don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So
my guess is that he's not going to, and if he calls in, still don't believe.
Well, come on, if Donald Trump can go on 60 Minutes. I mean, just don't live in your fears, as a certain
I thought
coach
about
says.
that, Kendall and Bill, and I thought about that recently, replaying that whole scenario in my mind when you get this accusation that you're biased in favor of Scott Dunn, right? And it reminded me that just because you're friendly with someone or know someone doesn't mean that you are biased. We used to get accused of this all the time. Right? As a reporter who covered Fayette County government, I was friendly with Vince Faciti, Sean Cavanaugh, Ron Nels, Harry Albert. I had to be. I knew them. I'd sit in all their offices and joke with all of them. And you're not doing your job. I had one guy call me up one time and say, I know you talked to Sean Cavanaugh. Like, that's what I get paid to do. I'm not running from that. If you want me to come stand on the courthouse steps, I'll tell Sean to come outside. We'll stand. You can come by and take our picture. I don't care. What are you going to tell my bosses? He's talking to one of the county commissioners. That's what I do.
Yeah, you cover the county commissioners.
To pretend that you operate in a vacuum and you can't talk to anybody or shouldn't be, or just the fact that you are friendly or do talk to someone is evidence of a bias. You need concrete proof of where's the story that you wrote where this bias is shown. Mm-hmm. Where was this certain commissioner given free rein to say these things and the other two were not quoted at all, right? As long as I call them up and say, here's your opportunity to talk about this issue. And if they say no comment, I did my job. I'm not there to level the playing field by making up quotes for you. I'm giving you the chance to rebut this. Mm-hmm. And I've done my job. And I think that's what you were trying to do.
Trying.
Yeah, and now also, a true reporter like, Paul, would write in the story, we reached out to the other commissioners and they had no comment.
3 times reach out.
Yeah, exactly. So, it works on both sides. Because you can go into somebody's office and ask them questions, joke around with them, be friendly, and they'll be friendly back to you. But they also will accept the fact that you have to write stories about them, and they won't get upset with you. Mm-mm. They will say, "I understand," and as long as you're fair with them.
I think as long as you're fair with them and you have the same standard across the board, right, that they will respect you for that. They might not like the story and they may look bad in the story, and they indeed may have reason to. Yeah. But as long as they know that if Bill Madden does the same thing, he's going to get the same treatment. Right. It's not going to be a non-story, or it's not going to be handled differently, or it's not going to be just Bill giving his side and nobody else, and the critics of Bill are not going to be in the story. As long as it's level, I think they all have respect for the job that you do as a reporter.
I have found that to be the case, even just doing the show. Yeah, and look, and if it hurts their feelings so badly to any elected official to where we can't be friendly, that's on you. Because I did not. Your ego. Sometimes people's egos gets the best of them, and I've seen it happen.
Well, I just think you struck a nerve that day, Kendall, and you were striking pretty close to, something that somebody didn't want said, and I think that that the whole snowball going down the hill now is related to that.
Yep. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line 724-438-4593. This is something I want to talk about because it kind of hits where I used to live.
Okay.
You
You used to live so many places, though.
Well, I grew up in the Washington, D.C.
Yes.
area. And this whole nonsense with them renaming the Kennedy Center the Trump Kennedy Center.
They are?
Well, no. A hand-picked commission that President Trump selected all the members of has recommended that they rename the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, where I've been. I've gone to events there. I've covered people there. So, yes, it strikes a little close to home. I saw Sammy Davis Jr. there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw Andy too, which was a horrible play. But anyway, I was there because George H.W. Was up there. But anyway, so
the handpicked commission wants to call it the Trump.
wants to change it now. The Congress has to approve this, and I think that I can't see all the Congress people going along with this.
But Bill, we've talked about this on the show before, and I've brought this up. Whenever you do something and lower the bar, then the other side does the same thing. When you want to rename, for example, all the military bases just because. Now you've opened up the door that, well, you can rename stuff based on your political leanings or beliefs or whatever. So now I can rename stuff also. When you go against Robert Bork for the Supreme Court, as they did with Ronald Reagan because they didn't want a conservative of that stripe, of that accomplishment on the Supreme Court, then you set the stage for Merrick Garland can't get on the Supreme Court. You know, so a lot of times this stuff comes back to bite you, and I think that's what's happening here.
And, well, except, well, first thing off, I believe that nothing should be named after anybody who's still alive. You know, I mean, by statute, nobody can appear on U.S. currency or U.S. stamps unless they've been dead for 10 years. And now, all you have to do is drive through West Virginia on the Robert C. Byrd Highway and the Robert C. Byrd wing of the hospital and the Robert C. Byrd School and the Robert C. Byrd ice cream stand. You know, I mean, and this was all stuff that was named while he was still alive. You know, and I say you have to be passed away before they name stuff after you. Plus, the whole idea of the Kennedy Center was to honor a man who gave his life to this country. You know, and almost gave it while serving in the military, and then, of course, was assassinated. And I don't know, it's just, I also just don't like the way it's being handled because it does smack of, I don't know, Banana Republic. I appoint a commission who wants to name stuff after me.
Well, a commission also recommended that you change all the name of the military bases, which was highly controversial. And again, that was probably a hand-picked commission.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. And by the way, they're changing all those names back.
Right.
Not only that, but Robert E. Lee's statue in the Congress is being replaced. They are taking down the statue of Robert E. Lee, and they are replacing it
with one for Robert Burns.
No, not Robert Burns. No, he's got enough.
Robert E. Burns.
He's got enough statues, as it turns out. No, it was a civil rights advocate, and I will have the name right in front of me eventually.
Is it Lewis?
By the way, Sunday is no, it's not Mr. Lewis. I have the story here, and of course, here it is. It is Barbara Johns. She's best remembered for a 1951 student walkout in Farmville to protest substandard conditions at her racially segregated school at the age of 16. So I actually don't have a problem with that. I mean, Robert E. Lee did command the armies of the Confederacy. So his statue in the House of Representatives kind of dumb. Now renaming all of the bases and everything, that to me struck as petty.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. That's what I think.
That's all a matter of opinion.
It's all a matter of opinion.
And you can always see both sides, really. Like, again, priorities.
Yeah, well, I mean, they named these. Now, granted, these people were military people who left the U.S. military and went to fight for the Confederacy, the ones that they wanted to change the names. Or changing the names because they were slave owners. And yes, slavery, huge black mark, a huge stain on this country. But I'm not going to write off George Washington and Thomas Jefferson.
Because they owned slaves?
Yeah.
But you'll write off Robert E. Lee, who was offered the leadership of the Union Army.
And he
was
said,
he was
"No,
the
thank
best.
you." Yeah.
And he didn't take it. And
Right.
he went to Virginia, his home state, right?
Right. He went state over country.
And generally acknowledged as the premier general of that war.
Yeah, he was. What lost the war? Well, two things. Never should have made the incursion into Pennsylvania, and just the resources were stretched.
Yeah. North was bigger. North had more people.
North had the
North had more industrial
manufacturing.
capacity. And they blockaded the South, and that led to the problem. You don't have as many. Same problem Germany had against Russia. Russia just had 3 times as many people.
Yeah.
So the losses could not be replaced as easily.
Yeah, and the Confederacy was doomed anyway. I mean, it was but that being said, General Lee was probably the best military man, at least until Grant got into the campaign.
Grant just had more power and more men,
And
he used them.
He drank better alcohol too.
He was aggressive.
Yeah, and well, so was Sherman. But there are people living in the South right now. If you say General Sherman, you can see their mouth. They start to grind their teeth. I mean, in the South, they still call it the War of Northern Aggression. So, anyway. 724-438-4593. We'll be back here in the Bill Madden studio, brought to you by WV Medicine, Uniontown Hospital Talk Line. It's a Hot Topic.
Randy, what are you doing up on that ladder?
Well, I was just trying to... Whoa!
Randy, are you okay? I will get Jenna Luska, one of our providers.
I think I just jingled all the way down.
Let's get you to Monty Med Same Day Care right now.
This holiday season, if you take a tumble, catch a winter bug, or just need quick medical care, Monty Med Same Day Care is here for you. No appointment needed. Walk right in. Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Pizza Kings in Connellsville is your go-to lunch and dinner spot with a full menu of mouth-watering pizzas and so much more. Using a deck oven helps our pizzas stay extra crisp. So if you haven't tried a slice lately, what are you waiting for? From our 50-slice King Carnivore to veggie pizzas and even pickle pizzas, Pizza King has the pie to match your taste. Pizza Kings, 1046 Morrell Avenue in Connellsville. Call 724-626-8343 or visit pizzakingswithaz.com.
Yeah, they're the people I trust. It's the place I go. Home Warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Home Warehouse, again voted a best in Fayette place for home improvements and windows, knows how to make your house a happy home. Save on energy costs, keep out drafts, and update your home with beautiful new windows, doors, and storm doors from Home Warehouse, your one-stop shop for your exterior building needs. Roofing shingles, metal and commercial rubber roofing, shutters, siding, soffit and fascia, railing, as well as flooring. Home and gun safes, wood pellets, and dog food too. Plus, great prices and hometown service. Shop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon. Happy holidays from Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse on Connellsville Street in Uniontown. Reminding you they will close at noon on Christmas Eve and reopen Monday, December 29th with regular hours.
Home Warehouse, where a house becomes a home.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Having Hicks & Boss Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. This is flu season. Call Hicks & Boss at 724-437-2828 and ask about flu shot availability and other vaccines. Free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and dependable courteous service are Hicks & Boss' way of doing business. Hicks & Boss Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
WMBS Uniontown.
Your local station, WMBS, Hot Topics, Kendall, Bill, Paul, and you. By the way, yes, they did have a cookie tray upstairs.
That's where I was.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't have a gathering without a cookie table, right? At 724-438-4593, the WV Medicine Uniontown Hospital Talk Line. Hi, you're on Hot Topics. Who are we speaking with?
Good afternoon, gang. This is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill, what's on your mind?
Too much. Wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I'm back in the hospital again. I had a real medical problem the other day, and I had no idea what happened, but it seems to have taken care of itself. The medication they're giving me helped out a lot. So I got to go back into the rehab center for my surgery thing, and we'll go from there. So probably be in there for Christmas, which is nothing I wanted to do because I've never been away from home ever in Christmas time, but it is what it is. But, we got to do it. I just want to make a little...
Has your brother come and brought the dog up?
Almost definitely.
Oh,
three or four times. Oh, yeah,
Good.
she's been here. She went to sleep with me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she goes everywhere. My goodness. There's a little comment about something. You guys had about the school being closed up there. Well, I mean, I'm not going to get into that because I'm not much familiar with it. But a lot of people need to understand, and I get where they're coming from with the kids going to school. They've been gone there for years. But, I'm sure the school board has took all that into consideration, and they have to deal with what they got without, you can't keep raising taxes. You don't want to keep raising taxes because it's money's simply not there. You can't get water from a grape. It's not going to happen. And, it's sad that things like that have to happen. And you look at anything, your boroughs, your cities, your transit. Look at Pittsburgh. They had to cut how many routes they cut down there, and they at one time 250,000 people a day rode them buses. So, the bottom line is I understand what everybody, their thoughts and everything. So I'm involved in a lot of things like that, as you probably know. But it's very, very hard, and you don't want to have to keep raising taxes and raising the what you have to pay for your services because, like I said, it's just not there. I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, in that area are on fixed income, retired people and stuff like that. They can't afford that.
You can't raise taxes to keep people in a school just because their parents went there.
Yeah, right. I mean, that doesn't make sense because because you went to school there doesn't mean your kid. What's the difference? The bottom line is the education. That's the important part. It doesn't matter. I don't care where you go to school. I went to a completely different school than the rest of my family went, and I didn't want to go to that school because I wanted to graduate from the school they graduated from. But guess what? Things don't work out. They don't work out. I'm happy to graduate from Charlotte, and very proud of it. But people just have to understand. They have to consider what's going on too with the federal government's cutting back a lot of things. The state's cutting back on a lot of things because, it's the money's just not there. Counties are cutting back big time too. So
and there's another issue with this. And Bill, thank you for the call.
Merry Christmas, Bill. We hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless all your listeners. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope Santa treats good. You guys going to be on Friday? Next Friday?
Yes, we will be here the next Friday.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Hope you're home by then.
Take care.
I hope so, too. Okay, take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
724-438-4593, Uniontown, WV Medicine, Uniontown Hospital Talk Line. There's something in economics called people vote with their feet. And that's what's happening now. Because one of the main reasons people are moving out of Pennsylvania? The taxes are too high. They're moving into states like Florida that has very little income, or Texas has no income tax. And that's one reason you keep raising taxes, people are just going to move. They're just going to leave. And then what happens? You have to raise taxes again because your tax base has shrunk. But then the businesses leave because the people are leaving. And new businesses aren't coming in.
Yeah.
Why should I open this restaurant when there's 5,000 people less than 10 years ago in the county?
Yeah.
And again, all these these chain restaurants, they do market surveys and market analysis before they even come close to looking to see if they'll build a restaurant in that town. So, and that's what happened. People are voting with their feet, and they're leaving Pennsylvania. They're leaving this area.
Even within Pennsylvania, though, Bill, the growth is out in the collar counties of Philadelphia. Montgomery Bucks, they're thriving, and that's why we lose every redistricting. Western Pennsylvania loses representatives and senators to that area. And that's not a good sign for your political clout when you talked before about areas being forgotten. I mean, I think I mentioned this on the show before. When I was a reporter, at one point we had 5 different state representatives had a part of Fayette County. We had 5 that had a piece of Fayette County.
Whoa.
And now we have, I believe.
That's crazy.
We have 2.
5?
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, it's apportioned by population.
They might have only had a slice of it, like Bullskin Township.
I know, but come on.
Or in the Mon Valley, I think maybe Bell Vernon or something. Washington Township may have been a different district. Pete Daly had part of it too. Bill DeWeese came across the river. His district had, Masontown, Brownsville, areas. But they still represented that part of your district. So if Fayette County needed something, they had 5 votes.
And they
had 5 votes, 5 clout. Now you're down to 2.
Ears perked up. Well, I heard somewhere that during World War II, this county had a population of 200,000 people, and we're now what 70,000?
No, like 120 some.
129.
130.
That's still close to losing. Losing
1940,
half.
I think, during the presidential election, you can look it up. It was either 1960, I'm sorry. I think Pennsylvania, definitely in 1940, was the second most populous state in the country behind New York.
Yeah, well, we had a lot. Well, just the mining and the steel and Philadelphia has always been a major population hub.
And I think I read one time that in 1960, when Kennedy won the presidency, between New York, Pennsylvania, and Illinois, he had something like half of the electoral votes he needed.
Yeah. And well, Pittsburgh used to be the 9th biggest city in the country.
Now it's like 30-something.
33rd, I believe. Yeah, 33rd biggest market. By the way, when we say market, that includes all of Western Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. So it shows you how the mighty have fallen. But it just doesn't seem like they're doing anything to bring people into the state. You mentioned reapportionment. Every time it gets reapportioned, we lose U.S. representatives. We've lost one. After every census for how many decades?
Yeah, the state
now?
does for sure.
Yeah.
But at one time, the district that we were in was Austin Murphy's district. Before that, Doc Morgan. It was Fayette, Greene, and Washington County. It was enough to have a congressional district.
Now Reverend-Scholars is
now it's just it's all over the place. We got carved up.
Yeah. So again, people are voting with their feet, and I don't know. I just don't see efforts to try and stop that. But and whenever I hear raise taxes, that's something that's bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice drive to Florida. 724-438-4593. Speaking of which, did you see the story? TJ had it, that 2025 is shaping up to be the least productive year in the history of the Pennsylvania General Assembly. Well, not in the history for over a decade. You both look at me like that's no surprise.
Define productive.
Well, I'm glad you asked. They only were able to pass 65 laws this year. They were unable to come to an agreement on the state budget for months after the deadline, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say they look forward to returning to Harrisburg next year to get more bills to the governor's desk. Well, I certainly wish them well. How about you?
Well, how many laws do they usually pass in a year?
How many do you need to pass in a year? I mean, that's
all
the
of them.
issue. I mean, not all of them should be passed.
They're right. 2000.
Everybody puts bills up, and they go through the committee process. And just because you passed 100 bills last year doesn't mean that you haven't done anything this year by passing 65. If the 65 that you passed have a meaningful impact or are very important issues. You can pass a bill that, we're going to name it Bill Madden. Every Tuesday of the January, we're going to have Bill Madden Day or something. I mean,
okay, I'm for that.
I mean,
well, that's the thing is how many of those.
The reason the budget gets delayed, in my opinion, is it's all about the upcoming gubernatorial race, and you don't want to give Josh Shapiro on the other side any kind of credit. And the other thing was the funding on transportation and bailing out SEPTA and Pat Authority Transit in Pittsburgh. They're cesspools of money. They want everyone,
black
the
holes,
state to pay for their transportation needs, and that again comes out of everybody's money.
Right.
So Ed Rendell did this. He flexed the money to save SEPTA, which is the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, Philadelphia and the surrounding counties, and took the money, gave it to them, flexed it for operations, and then later Pennsylvania, because it had spent that federal money for that purpose, had to raise the gas tax and the car registration fees to fix the roads and bridges everywhere else. Yeah. Guess what? They're back now. The fix didn't work. They still need a pile of money. They don't want to cut routes. We talked about schools cutting, schools. Yeah. They don't want to cut routes in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. They don't want to, this is terrible. People won't have a way to get around. But they don't want to raise the fares on the people who actually have those services. So what you did, and this is a pet peeve of mine, when I was traveling to Harrisburg on the Turnpike every week to get to my job there, they raised the Turnpike tolls because they made the Turnpike Commission give them $450 million a year.
Right.
Because the Turnpike's independent. So the Turnpike had no choice but to raise the tolls. So what you did was, if I connect the dots my way, what you did was give the money to people who had public transit to make up for the loss you taxed the people who actually drive their car on the Turnpike. So somebody did pay for it, but they benefited at my expense, and people who do trucks and stuff that do use the Turnpike to deliver goods and services.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I take the Turnpike down to Morgantown, and I pay my toll, why should that be going to PennDOT to go to SEPTA?
Because they have the votes there in Philadelphia to do it. That's why.
And by the way,
Democrat and Republican, by the way.
And one of the Please don't tell me that one party or the other is the fiscal responsibility party, because they get in power and then they get drunk on spending, both sides. And you have this whole thing about. I mean, I don't mind giving every service member a bonus. Just tell me where the money's coming from. Because. And
that's a political move too, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
Curry favor with that group of people so that they will support you.
Yeah, and 65 bills. How many of those bills are they always on?
Well, typically it's about 100 a year, 100 to 110. But so like around 217 per term, which is 2 years.
2 years.
2-year session.
But how many of those are congratulations to the Joe Blow High School for winning the state championship in polo.
It'd be a resolution more than a bill. So
yeah, but is it also a waste of time? I mean, when they're supposed to be working on a budget. Now, granted, it doesn't take a lot of time. Senator X stands up and says, I want to propose this. Yes, sure, fine. Everybody says yes, and they move on. But as I have said many times, they have one job. I mean, everything else is ancillary to passing the budget.
Let me tell you something they need to change. Brandon Rumbaugh pled guilty to raping the 13-year-old child.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if you were doing the show with us at this point, Paul, when he was arrested. But I always thought that guy was a snake in the grass. Yeah. Everyone, bought him a house. A house was purchased for this man. We have veterans all over the place. No one is kissing their butts the way they kiss this guy's butt.
Mm-hmm.
Grateful for everyone's service. Always thought and you heard things about him, and the way he conducted himself in his relationships with women. Just a jerk, just a total sicko. And he pled guilty. Faces up to 16 years.
Yes.
That's it?
Yep.
Go back to Harrisburg. People, why are those laws so lenient? 16 years, that girl's life will
forever.
There'll always be something attached to her that is deep and dark that piece of you-know-what caused. Sick human being. And 16 years for that crime. I will say, don't know what kind of deals was put on the table for him to plead guilty, but I'm happy for her that she doesn't have to testify in front of all of those strangers and have to speak those horrific things she will never forget. But 16 years, and it's averaging 217 bills per term. Give me a break.
Well, I think that there probably was a plea bargain in that, right?
Yeah.
16 years, though?
I'm not the DA, okay? I'm saying that the DA is keenly involved in those decisions, and what they'll do.
But the DA doesn't set the. But he doesn't set the.
He has the sentencing limits, but they usually say, well, what about this? They have the numbers on the table. There's two sides to it. You can go to trial and win. You can go to trial and lose. So if the DA figures that this is the best deal,
this is a guaranteed win.
This is a guaranteed win. If we go to trial, it's possible we'll lose.
That's completely separate from my point, though.
Yeah.
I just think that they need to go to. I think that the laws for any child sex crime, I think that they are a joke. Well, and the DA didn't set that. He cannot make those decisions. I will say the victim does have a say in whether or not they are okay for him to take the plea, right? So that must have been. But it should be 30 years minimum.
Well,
which he still would have taken the plea, I would imagine, over 50 years.
One other thing, when is he eligible for parole?
I think they serve 80%. Now, I think there's probably going to be charges, I would imagine, still some additional time. I don't know for the child porn. So he's going to...
Might be mandatory minimums on that, I'm not sure. But they had a big brouhaha about having mandatory minimums. They don't like that because it puts too many people in jail and keeps them there for too long, and they all get rehabilitated and, homicides even, right?
Sex offenders do not get rehabilitated.
You see homicide people getting out of jail. He's been here for 40 years and had a life sentence, and he tutors the other inmates and whatever, and he killed 3 people, but... I'm just making that part up.
Yeah.
But it's relevant. But he's like 60 years old now, so you should let him out because he's a good guy now. Yeah. What about the 3 people you killed when you were 21 years old?
Who didn't make it to 60,
Yeah, that's the whole point with mandatory minimums. But I've seen it ratcheted down, and it's a soft on crime approach overall, I think, across the board.
If it's a small comfort, child sex offenders generally do not do too well in prison.
Well, they mentioned Stiffick. I call him Mike Stiffick. That was his name on All in the Family. But Rob Reiner, right?
Yeah.
His son is accused of slashing his parents' throat and killing them, right? It's in California, right?
Yeah.
There's no death penalty in California. What does he have to fear?
Now,
ultimately, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
hell, going to hell.
Yeah, but you know,
unfortunately, that only happens once you've served out your sentence, so to speak.
But I'm saying I think going to hell should be something that would prevent you from doing the crime in the first place.
I think having a death penalty might, and using it might be a deterrent. That,
of course, yeah.
That nobody. It's been so long since it's been employed on a wide scale that I don't think it's.
Prison is temporary. Hell is forever.
Yeah. And now Pennsylvania does have the death penalty, but consecutive governors have chosen to put a moratorium on that.
Oh, I think this governor said he will not.
Yeah,
right, he continued the moratorium that Wolf put on it, saying, "I just won't sign the death penalty warrant or whatever."
It was like 2 people in the past. There's not been many people.
Right. No. This is Hot Topics. We'll wrap up this hour and wrap up our pre-Christmas show next.
Take the fact book.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? Fact. Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. Fact. Your community, your connection.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
For the best lunch spot in town, visit Titlow Tavern and Grill on West Main Street in Uniontown. Serving up lunch including daily specials and daily dinner specials, including Wednesday pasta and parm nights with chicken parm for $15 and veal parm for $19. And half-priced apps and $1 off drinks during happy hour Tuesday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 10. Titlow's is also booking private parties. Call them today, 724-437-6749, or order online.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges Jr.
'Tis the season to be jolly, but in case you have been injured at work or in an auto accident, call the Uniontown office of Quattrini Law Group, 24/7, 724-439-8300, Quattrini Law Group.
This is Nathan Ferguson wishing you a holiday season full of joy and laughter, a time to celebrate the spirit of giving, sharing, and spreading happiness. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from everyone at the Nathan Ferguson State Farm Insurance Agency in Uniontown.
Hey love, I'm Tiffany from Tiffany Smith Fine Art Studios, serving up confidence boosts in Periopolis in our brand new luxury studio in downtown Pittsburgh. I'm not just here to take your picture, I'm here to help you remember who you are. Whether it's been a wild few years or you're just feeling a little blah, this is your permission slip to feel powerful again. You'll laugh, maybe cry, and leave feeling like that girl. Book your experience at TiffanySmithFineArtStudios.com because you deserve to be seen.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Hot Topics, Kendall, Paul, and Bill. Wrapping up this show real quick. C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Penn Trafford at Uniontown on the radio and on our YouTube channel. Latrobe at Laurel Highlands will be on our video channels. Sprouts Insurance Group pregame show at 6:15. Tip-off 7 o'clock for Uniontown, 7:30 for Laurel Highlands. Steelers at the Alliance will be at 3 o'clock on Sunday with a kickoff at 4:25. Quick shout-out to the Pitt Panthers girls volleyball team. They did lose in the Final Four. They lost to Texas A&M. But this is like the fourth or fifth straight year they've gone.
Good
So
for them.
congratulations to them. Christmas plans, anything? Well, we're going to be here
Next Friday.
the Friday after Christmas.
Yes.
So we can discuss what happened at Christmas.
Hopefully it's uneventful.
Which is always different from your plans
Maybe.
at Christmas.
It's Fayette County. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, you could be
Thankfully,
moving.
we have Robert Burns to report
Yeah.
on things.
Well, he'll probably tell us,
Oh, yes.
what Scott Dunn did for
Christmas?
Christmas. We'll find out because he's going to be showing up.
But Merry Christmas to everyone. And
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
And everyone be safe. Don't drink and drive. And
That includes you, Santa Claus.
yes.
I had a story yesterday where two reindeer got hit, or two reindeer were escaped and were running down the 5, the highway in California.
Yeah.
And they were caught, but
Were
one
they
of
like reindeer for like a
reindeer.
Santa event?
Well, they were reindeer
Okay.
because this guy owned a herd of reindeer.
Okay.
And two got out, and they were running down the 5, and one of them got hit. And my only thought was, I would hate to be the parent of a 6-year-old who saw that happen.
I know.
So
That would be a core memory.
yeah. So everybody, Santa Claus is fine. The reindeer are fine. Do you watch NORAD at all?
No.
Oh, I do. It's fun to watch.
What is it?
They show where Santa
Are they
Claus
tracking
is.
Santa?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's always fun to watch. And
Yeah.
It has a gift. It has a running total of the.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It
It's
kind of
very
looks like the debt clock for the U.S. with all these spinning
Okay,
numbers.
yeah, true.
So, Paul, any special plans? Well, except to be here
Nothing off the charts
Friday
at this
after
point.
Christmas. Well, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Very
Merry Christmas to you, Kendall and Paul.
Thank you.
And everybody have a great, safe holiday. Democratic Radio Hour is next on WNBS Uniontown.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Justice Department is set to release hundreds of thousands of Jeffrey Epstein files this hour, but that's not all of them. Aaron Navarro reports.
Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to release all its files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche told Fox News the Trump administration has a different plan.
I expect that we're going to release more documents